these beautiful.
Yes, hello friends, and we are talking about some easy care bedding plants. So if you are brand new to gardening and you want to give this a try, or you just don't want maybe the big hassle of, let's say, bedding plant petunias where you have to deadhead them, you know, that dirty word. So we're going to be taking a look at some simple, very easy bedding plants. And this goes a lot for our customers too. They have cabins. You know, we're in the north woods of Wisconsin, so we're in a tourist. Yeah, we're in a tourist area, and what can I put in my cabin that I don't need to care for? Well,
The answer is really nothing.
yeah. I mean, let's be honest here. I mean, you know, flowers need daily care, but these are going to be in that category that can tolerate a little bit more abuse, if we're going to call it that.
The possibility of them being
It's better.
Yes. But are they going to thrive and be like that lush, beautiful look if you don't take care of them?
Yeah, no.
No.
But
But they have a better chance of survival.
So let's first talk about. I'm going to say my favorite.
This is by far your favorite.
It is, because this is just a go-to for me because it's easy. So these are these are wax begonias, and they are both sun-loving or shade-loving. They don't care, and I think that makes a big difference. Like
Begonia?
a begonia, yes. I know we said this before, and but we saw this at Epcot. So we went to Disney World way back when, and I was in that understanding that wax begonias need to be in the shade, and here they had this entire landscaping of wax begonias in the full Central Florida heat and sun, just
On
getting
the
blasted.
side of a hill.
Yeah. I was like, wait a minute, they can't do that.
So we had to get up closer and closer. I thought you were going to jump the fence.
Yeah. So and you know, that was just kind of this moment, like, oh yeah, I guess when you read about it, they can absolutely go in full sun. They don't care. Full sun, full shade, they do fantastic. So I think that's why these are the perfect bedding plant for many, many people.
And we refer that to a lot. They're great to mix in with other, like if you are doing something like a container, they're really good for that, but you can plant them right in the ground.
Just that little something.
The cleanup is gonna be, you just take your fingers and do this, and look at that, they're cleaned up. They're gonna grow through any growth that didn't do well.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
It actually works really well when they're wet. You know, if you just had watered them, to just take and rake your fingers through there, and then the spent petals and blooms will stick to your fingers, and you just kind of shake that off. We're showing the green, but there is a bronze version that looks very pretty. So even the leaves are different.
You see the bronze down at the bottom here?
Yeah. So just a kind of it's a neat contrast if you want to mix those together.
Or here, there's half and half in that pack.
Yeah, same flowers, but the leaves are different. So that's gonna be, I'm just gonna call that my favorite. My easy go-to wax begonias is number one for me.
The thing that you're most going to pay attention to as far as the downside of them is they can get a little funky if they're too wet.
Yeah, and there's that growth is so thick.
It
I mean,
is.
they get extremely full in there. So yeah, like Amy said, they can get a little funky if they're overwatered. These are dry, okay? I'm gonna show this. Look how dry this cell is, and yet the plant is just sitting idle. It's like, you know.
It's holding a lot of moisture in there.
Yeah.
That one actually must have been misplanted because there's two separate. Look at that.
Yeah.
There's two separate ones in there.
Begonia seed is really, really small, so that's pretty typical for this. Is you know, when you get you get multiples usually just in different plants because that seed is so fine it's hard to control.
Which you will go through and you'll water this actually after we're done here, but you can see how it tolerates that. It doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't get quite that like sinky.
Yeah, if those were
Like,
impatiens
I'm so thirsty type
or
feel.
petunias, they would be just like very, very dramatic and I'm dry. Wax begonias, no biggie.
Another great one that holds a lot of that moisture in the petals is the moss roses, or you might know them as Portulaca,
Yeah.
or you might know them as purslane.
Yeah, it's in that purslane family. So moss roses, they're almost like a flowering succulent, and
They're beautiful.
yeah, so they hold that moisture, and they can really tolerate that full sun, going drier for a short period of time. They don't fuss, so another really good for those. Hey, I'm not going to be there all the time, or even like a little rock garden or something. So the moss roses really perform well.
They do like the full sun. So these aren't ones that are going to be.
Yeah, and even today it's like
Got like
foggy.
this foggy
It's
going
foggy
on.
out there, so they do open and close with the sun, and they're kind of partially open. These would open up really wide.
Can you show them up close how beautiful that bloom is? They
Yeah.
remind me of a carnival. I don't know why.
Pretty colors.
They are very pretty colors.
Yeah, very vibrant, but again, really easy care. So the moss roses, Portulaca, there's really nothing that you need to do. If you want to deadhead them, you can. I would just go through and maybe just pick off some of those spent blooms. But when we have it, we don't do anything with it. We just let it go.
Now, there is the bedding plant moss rose, and then there's also the trailing. And we had some baskets. I don't know that we have any of those
they're all
left.
gone.
But the trailing ones are going to have a little bit wider leaves. They're going to stay a little bit shorter, and they're going to start coming out and down and around. Where the bedding plant ones are a little bit taller, a little bit more sparse. The leaves are more pointy.
Yeah.
But you can mix the two of them. You can do them separately. I know your mom has done a hanging basket with these.
She always does a we call it a easy care, and I did a video on this because she's like, I just love this. She used just the bedding plant. It wasn't the
Trailing.
The trailing. It was just the bedding plant, and she puts one fan flower right in the middle. She likes the purple fan flower. She puts it right in the middle of I think it's like a 10-inch, maybe. Yeah, I think it's like a 10-inch hanging basket, and then that fan flower kind of pokes through all of this, and it makes just a beautiful little hanging basket. And again, it's easy care.
And these will get much thicker as far as like each plant will kind of spread out a little bit. They're just not. Don't expect them to have that like trailing. There's different characteristics. Watch your tag.
They're only going to get so big.
Right.
But the trade-off is simple. Okay, moving on to Gazanias.
Talking about having stuff open and close with the sun.
Yep, Gazanias are...
And like we said, it's a little foggy, so they're closed.
They-
but you can see this one is just starting to open.
Yeah, I mean, they're like a vibrant, almost like a daisy-like flower. So when that opens up with the sun, it will get maybe about this big.
Look at
it
how
gets
many are
big.
in here.
Yeah, they are.
We
a
just need the
happy,
sun.
Yeah, they are a very happy-looking flower. Again, today it's overcast. They kind of put themselves to bed. So, but this is a South African flower. So, think about the heat in South Africa.
Poor soil, they do well in.
Yeah, so these are very, very heat tolerant. They can handle that well over 100 degrees. When they get dry, yeah, they will kind of weep down. I mean, the foliage is actually like really hard, so it's not real dramatic. I can tell when I go through and I can see when they're drier. They almost turn, like the leaves turn up. I'll notice that it's lighter like this, so I'll know like, okay, I can see that those are dry. But again, heat tolerant, pretty good when the tolerance as far as moisture.
Something on and there's positives and negatives with everything. If you're somebody who likes to sit out at nighttime and look at your flowers, probably not the right flower for you, because they do close up on days where the sun's not out.
Yeah, or go to bed early. Yeah,
Right.
I mean they'll start closing up as that sun starts.
They're
going
absolutely amazing when it's that full bright light.
Yeah.
But when it's not, you're just gonna have a nice green plant.
Another thing, Gazanias, yes, you do need to deadhead them, and that's very easy. These are spent, and
Here's a spent one.
Yep, you can tell the spent. It's very much different. It's not just closed up. Where this flower, this one's just fine. It's just closed up for the day because there's no sunshine. This one, it looks like it's having a bad hair day. It's because it's got a kind of crazy hair.
I did not think of that.
Yeah, it's fine. It's spent. So yeah. So that's how you know, and that's the deadheading that you need to do with that.
Is this how you feel some days?
Yeah.
Like you're saying, it's fine. No, you're spent.
Okay. So that's Gazanias, our last we're gonna talk about.
Vinkas are the last one. And this is just a small selection of flowers, just to kind of give you a taste of what is a little bit more tolerant, what can tolerate not as much care.
Mm-hmm. They almost look like impatiens.
They do.
But they're not. They would be the full-on sun version of...
It's direct opposite.
Yeah, they look like impatiens, but impatiens would go in the shade. Vinca goes in the full sun. So that's what Vincas look like. And there are trailing Vincas. So there's Vincas that are appropriate for like a hanging basket. They will trail over, make a really nice hanging basket. So
and
these
how
are just
do you know the
upright.
difference?
Yeah,
you watch the tag.
Yeah. So these are gonna go upright.
14 to 16 inches.
Okay.
And we had that last year.
Yeah.
So
they got big.
This is a little 4-pack right here.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't look like much, but
it's gonna get like that
they'll
tall.
fill out a nice area.
Do you remember taking apart the planters last year? And it was almost like you had a whole bouquet of flowers with one plant.
Yeah.
They're beautiful, beautiful flowers. Loves the sun. They don't have that close-up feature.
Yep. Watch your watering on Vincas, because they catch me. I tend to overwater them, so I have to almost go like every other. When I'm watering the greenhouses, I have to stop, think about this, skip over the Vinca, because I tend to overwater them, and they don't like that. You can easily wipe out your Vincas by overwatering them. So if you're going to err on the drier side, they'll thank you for it, and then you can really tell. Now sometimes they get I don't know, like real spindly. Then you can tell, like, oh, okay, they're way too dry. You want to
catch them before that. You don't want them going from. You don't want to wait for the plant to say it's dry.
Yeah.
You're trying to catch it.
Them out.
Yeah, you're trying to catch it before it's telling you. You want to just kind of in between, but you'll learn because they will tell you.
Yeah. So Vinca, this is another one. Again, I remember specifically at Disney World, and it was kind of like a flower theme. Like we're noticing all the flowers, and they had hanging baskets of this at Magic Kingdom in this hot pink. I specifically remember this, and they were just trailing over. And I mean, again, Central Florida, it was probably in the high 90s, full sun, and they just were absolutely stunning. And so they can absolutely thrive in that full-on sun and that very, very heat tolerant. So, yep. Biggest thing you're gonna watch though is going to be for Vinca overwatering, because that will do it.
And I think that holds true for almost all of them that we talked about today.
Yeah.
A lot of them will either have that extra like cushion in the petals that they hold the moisture, or they're just going to be ones that really like to be on the drier side, and you just have to watch them and pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
But just a little recap. Let's pull them back out real quick. So we have the wax begonias. We have the moss rose. We have the Gazanias and the Vinkas.
So those are 4 easy care bedding plants that I'm sure that you will enjoy. Go ahead and use those kind of as your first. If you're maybe a little bit unsure, or that the care is not going to be what you're hoping, like, yeah, I'm terrible at the care, I'm probably going to forget watering them. Well,
these are more forgiving.
Yes, yeah, there you go.
Is that a way to put it?
They're more forgiving. They're not going to just. Don't expect something that's not, we're not saying that they can just never be watered and they'll do great. That's not what we're saying. But these can handle more abuse than the normal bedding plants. So just keep that in mind.
Of course, once a week you should be fertilizing across the board with all of them. Use the Beat Your Neighbor fertilizer and water them like you should. the more you care for them properly, the bigger and more beautiful they're going to be.
Yes. Yeah.
But they are the ones that won't die quite as fast if you are less
Yeah. Yes.
caring.
Yes. So, speaking of our Beat Your Neighbor fertilizer, we want to highlight one of our new retailers, and that is McDivitt's Farm Market in Connorsville, Indiana.
Beautiful.
So, McDivitt's Farm Market is one of our new Beat Your Neighbor fertilizer retailers.
And you can find more retailers on the beatyourneighbor.com. Go onto the retailer locator map and you see who's in your area. Please, please, please go and support them. Make sure you call beforehand just to make sure that they, one, have it still in stock, and two, that you,
Yeah,
the
'cause
hours.
A lot of greenhouses are seasonal, as we are. So if that season is wrapping up, kind of like ours is, then be sure to call them, jump on their Facebook, see their hours, so that you're
Right.
not driving and they're closed for the season. So yeah, just be sure.
If you
be
are
sure
not near one of them,
Yeah.
then you can order right online. We can ship to you directly within 48 states. But we ask that you first utilize that locator map and support those retailers that we have.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Thank you for joining us. We will see you again.
Bye.
Bye bye.